My name is Renate Girmes, and I was working as professor for philosophy of education and didactics in the University of Magdeburg. Now I'm entrepreneur with the enterprise Omnimundi GmbH, and in this respect I will present you the results of my researches, my teaching experience, and what I think could be educational innovation, not only in Germany but all over the world. So the position which I underlined with this sentence, let's reinvent the curriculum by mapping the world, goes in that way. We're looking for the reason for that idea, then we look at the steps we need to build a new curriculum, and in relation to that, it's thinking about what is learning in a mapped knowledge world and what is the result of all that for the curriculum studies they have to do in the coming years. First of all, why would we reinvent the curriculum? There are problems in most of the curricula I know, and I have some here to talk about. There's very much detail and often little depth and overview. There's a lot of adherence to the tradition and little imagination and foresight. There's reliance on the established and little courageousness and openness for new perspectives. But the question is how to alter that, how to get depth, overview, imagination, foresight, more new perspectives, and that in a quite short time. How is this possible? Well, the new curriculum should, that is the vision, support discovery of the world, unlock the world structure, show relevant matters and questions, and help people to draw their own maps, but also to help and to understand the maps of the other people in other countries and cultures. What are the steps which are to be done? We need to build a new curriculum, and that does mean, in my respect, to look for relevant activities of mankind, and then offering questions that matter and showing some structured framework for that, giving learning access to the answers and the knowledge available in relation to the framework we will see to develop, and then supporting the unfolding of sustainable orientations in direction, and that's the goal of the whole attitude, in direction of a civil society and also of people who are able to have a self-responsibility in their lives and a self-unfolding of their facilities. What is the way? Finding relevant activities of mankind. I did work about that for about 20 years and used the result of it for other 20 years. So I may say the relevant activities of mankind could be seen in three basic attitudes of human beings. That is exploration, action, and reflection. And I give you this in a picture. You have a row of those exploration activities, action activities, and reflection activities. And when we fill in some real action, then is in exploration to recognize the rules of, for instance, nature, to realize the structures of societies and understand the meaning of what people do and constitute as reality. In relation to the action, we construct and reconstruct the world. we labor and we keep going, that it is flourishing and working, and we interact and we communicate with each other. This is possible and this is necessary because we are all different from each other. The basic science theory of what was I'm saying here in the relationship to action is due to Hannah Arendt, Vita Activa. And then we have the third kind of activity, and this is reflection. What do we do? Oh, I'm sorry. Reflection. What do? I'm looking for. Oh, now we have it. We judge and conclude. We think, and we imagine, decide, and take responsibility for what we are doing. So what you see, there are 9 activities. Of them, I would say they are basic activities in human man lives. In result, to look at the structure, you could maybe see with me 3 types of subjects. This is room, space, nature, things, time, process, and meaning and sense. And that is like this to be looked at. So you see the rows we had: exploration, action, and reflection, and the other rows: things, room, space, time, process, form, and meaning, sense, and media. And this landscape of action, challenges, and, as we will see, of knowledge in relationship to that, that is the basic thing we are going to talk about further on. So, in every field we saw the 9, we'll have to offer questions. We have to find out whether this will matter and will be interesting for people. And this is what I will show you on the next slide. We will see to every of the 9 places the question which is the power to give activities interesting perspective. So in exploration we will have the action, and that means first of all the question: what are the facts? What is the matter is the second, and what is the story, or what's the development to this point of activity. Then we come to the activity, and then we will have questions like: what kind of word is that? What kind of process, and what kind of meaning? And in relation to the reflecting activities, you will have the questions, for instance, what seems to be successful or beautiful? What would be good or acceptable? Or what would be sense? So, if we have this in mind, we see that this offering of questions is longing for answers, and the answers we could find, these are knowledge basics we have